Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel. My name is Lacey Montgomery and this is Mom of Three Plus Me. Now in this video I'm telling you about the greater purpose of me moving here. When I got here, what I did not know was how God was going to use me to be a blessing to others. There's a scripture that says, obedience is better than sacrifice. And there are so many scriptures about being humble. So I had to let go of the anxiety of people knowing where I stay and being able to ride by and see me when I'm outside. I had to let go of that stuff because my reason for moving at that time in my life was not for anything other than taking care of my family. When I moved, I was thinking, okay, well, we live here now. There's parking right outside of my apartment. I can park anywhere, right? I had new babies. I'm literally carrying 2 car seats out of the car every time we get out, making sure everybody's good. I'm gonna park close as possible. But I had a neighbor who had been living here longer than I had. And she was used to parking in the very first parking spot. So when I got here, I was just like, okay, parking spot's open. Let me pull in and I'm gonna park. But she's at the beginning, she would come and knock on my door or park on the curb and be like, can you move your car? I'm like, no, why? That's my parking spot. And like I said in the previous videos, I don't take people's word for stuff. I looked at my contract, I'm like, it says there's no designated parking. Okay, well she said it's hers, but the contract says there's no designated parking, so I'm not moving my car because what she's saying is not true. So then every time I would park there, that would be an issue. And she would either send her daughters to knock on my door. My mom said, can you move your car? I'm like, no, I can't because I'm parked, I'm inside, I'm doing something with my family. I'm not getting in my car to move it. And so I reached out to the manager of the complex and I was like, is there assigned parking? And she said, no, there is no assigned parking. So I'm like, okay, what is this girl talking about? It didn't stop. So one day, we were out back. I was doing a live video. Her daughter came to the door and she was like, my mom said we should move your car. So I came outside. I'm like, look, I reached out to the manager. The manager said there is no assigned parking. And she said, well, I've been here all this time and this is where I park. And I said, well, the manager said there's no assigned parking. I don't see any parking numbers. I didn't get a parking space ticket when I got here telling me that this is your parking spot. I don't understand what you're saying because the manager already said there's no assigned parking. And then I turned around and walked off. Okay, because I'm just I don't understand what you're saying. The manager said it's no assigned parking. Okay, I'm going on about my day. I'm doing something. Please don't interrupt me again. Now, keep in mind this. God had told me to stop parking there. He had told me to just park on the opposite side. You need the steps anyway. Do the extra walking. If this is a deal with her, leave it alone. The scripture that I had taken to heart last year was, hold on one second. Let me find the scripture. Romans 13:9. For the commandments, you shall not commit adultery, you shall not murder, you shall not steal, you shall not bear false witness, you shall not covet. And if there is any other commandment, all are summed up in this one, saying, namely, you shall love your neighbor as yourself. Love does no harm to a neighbor, therefore love is the fulfillment of the law. You shall love your neighbor as yourself. That was my scripture last year. Love your neighbor as yourself. And y'all, I said, oh my God, I don't even know how to love myself. How am I going to love my neighbor? So God was telling me, Lacey, if it's bothering her, do not park there. Okay? Because I wouldn't do that to myself. I wouldn't bring animosity and chaos and all that stuff to myself. So why was I doing it to her? She had asked me a couple times not to park there because she had been living here longer and she is used to parking there. But I was being stubborn. So this particular day, when I walked outside and she was outside talking to our other neighbors about the situation, she walked back over to her car and I approached her and I said, "Can I talk to you for a second?" And I was like, I do apologize that I've been parking in this spot. I know, I said, I see how important it is to you to park here. And then she was like, she started talking too. And I was like, well, I'm not finished what I'm saying, right? So anyway, she started talking and she was like, you know what, it's not even that big of a deal. I'm making a big deal about it. It's not even that big of a deal. And I was like, no, it is a big deal because it's really bothering you. So I want to say that I'm sorry for parking there, even after you asked me not to park there. And so we're just talking and we're going back and forth. And it's no argument, it's nothing. And then all of a sudden I looked up and somebody was walking up on me. And they were like, "Are you okay? Are you okay?" But they were not asking if I was okay. They were asking her if she was okay. And she was like, "Yeah, I'm fine, I'm fine." And then somebody else was coming up this way. Oh, and all I could think about was, they're about to try to triple team me. I don't know these people. I have no idea nobody's name, right? So they like, "You fine? Are you fine?" After she said she was okay and everything was fine, and these two proceeded to walk up. So I turned around, "Who are you? I don't even know you. Why are you here? I'm not even talking to you. I'm engaged in a conversation with somebody else, and now you're coming up. Why are you here?" She said, "I'm helping my friend. I'm trying to help my friend." I'm like, "Help your friend? She doesn't need help. Nothing's happening to her. What do you mean you're trying to help your friend?" So anyway, the conversation continued, and she was just like, "I'm just trying to make sure she's okay." I'm like, "Nothing's happening to her. What do you mean trying to make sure she's okay? You need to go. You need to go. We're talking. This conversation does not involve anyone else." So at that point, I don't have nothing else to say to you. So I turned back around and I finished talking to her. I said, "I just wanted to say I'm sorry because God was telling me anyway that I need to stop parking there because it means something to you to park there." And then she was like, "Oh my God, God was talking to me too in my daily devotional." And I said, "Girl, do you see how the enemy was trying to slip in and cause discord among us? We don't even know each other like that. We don't even know each other, and he was trying to use a parking spot to cause all this tension and strife between us." Because y'all, before this conversation, like if I was outside and she was walking by with her beautiful daughters, like they wouldn't say anything, and my daughter wouldn't say anything to them, and you could tell that these kids wanted to play together. You could tell that they wanted to be like, "Hey, I'm new, and let's play sometime." And the situation between the mamas had caused these kids to just, she was probably telling her kids, "Y'all get straight to that car. Don't even look over there at them." And my kids I was just doing the same thing. When I woke up, you better not say nothing. And God was using me the whole time. You out here reading the Bible, and you're going to let this neighbor walk by, and y'all got all this strife and animosity against each other for what? Over a parking spot? Girl, and God was using me, y'all, and I had to say, I was sorry. And we both said it was not a big deal. Why were we letting this come between us? We got to know each other. And we have gotten to build a relationship together. And the beauty of it is, God has used us both so significantly in each other's lives. And that could not have happened if I was stubborn and if I was just focused on my agenda. And she was stubborn and she was just focused on her agenda. But just know that if I wasn't obedient to God when he told me to let it go and apologize, and if she wasn't obedient to God when he told her to let it go and move on and apologize, neither one of us would have been able to receive the blessings from God. God uses us when we're humble and when we are obedient to him. If he tells you to go to the store right now, or leave and get in your car and go somewhere right now, or to give whatever to this person, or to do something for this person, or to turn the TV off and spend time with me, or write in your journal, or record a video, Lacey, about your experience of moving to the projects or subsidized housing and post it before you do anything else. You need to get it done, because he uses those who are obedient to him. And he's able to use whoever opens their heart to God, whoever opens their heart, which is also your mind. But you can't open your mind to God if it's full of filth and negativity and nastiness. He has to clean that stuff up. He uses those who open up themselves to him and allows God to come in and be God. God sent me to these apartments. He gave me the choice to say yes and to move my family here for the better. It's a year later. I no longer qualify to live here. I have a certain amount of time before I have to leave. I cannot stay here anymore because when I got here, my financial situation was, oh my God, how am I going to make it? And now I'm to the place where God has been able to use me and to show me, you don't need that. Get off that. You don't know that you need this stuff if you put the phone up and stop swiping through Amazon. Oh, I need that. Oh, I think I need that. Oh, I think I need this. Get off the apps, Lacey. Get off the online shopping, Lacey. Say no when you think you're about to spend some money. There is nothing else that you need. I want to buy a house. I want to be able to provide a life for my kids without a husband. Before I get the husband, I want to be able to be in a financial freedom so that I can provide for my family and I won't be struggling and pinching pennies for the rest of my life. I no longer qualify for the assistance that I was receiving when I first got here and years before. No longer. And now I'm in a place where because I was obedient to God, that I'm even humble enough to share my experience from my mouth to your ears. Even though in the past, when I have posted videos and shared stories, people take what they want to hear and they turn it and twist it and make up a whole new story that I didn't even say and say what I'm saying is a lie. But this is my story. This is the truth. It's coming from my mouth. It's coming from my experience. And this is it. So if you're in a place where you're struggling and you're still trying to look a certain way and make people think you got it all together and make people believe, who cares what people think? Because one day we're all going to have to give account to God. We're all going to have to do it. I don't live for man anymore. I don't live for people. I live for myself. I learned how to be okay with who I am. You don't believe me? In the past, I would not have been on here without my lashes and lips on, without my hair looking a certain way, without everything perfect in the background. Oh, I wouldn't have done that. But that stuff doesn't matter. It's tangible, material things. You know what? It has taken me a long time to do what God has asked me to do. And I kept saying, I need to order a tripod. I need to order a tripod. I need to order a tripod. Who cares? I didn't order it. And now is the time for me to tell you my story. I moved here. I utilized it for what it was able to provide for me and my family. And now it's on to the next chapter in life, that I'm on my way to financial freedom. I'm on the way to being able to provide a better life for me and my girls. And no, a sugar daddy did not help me get here. But being obedient to God and doing what he told me to do, when he told me to do it. Humbling myself to the point where nothing else matters but being obedient to the Lord. Why? Because he knows the plans that he has for me. He knows the plans that he has for you. And they are plans of good and not evil, to give you a future and a hope. My hope is in God. And my hope is that if you are struggling and you are in a place of uncertainty, and you are a single mom, and you are unsure how you're going to make it and provide for your kids, stop doing what hasn't worked before. Stop doing the things that belittle you. Because asking a sugar daddy for money was very convenient but it was also ripping away at my soul and ripping away at my spirit. And it was belittling me to have to do that. But to ask God and to listen for direction and to work hard and to focus and to put the phone down and to not order that Amazon cart that I've had made for over a month now, and to not buy things just because the next person has it or because it's going to make me look or feel a certain way, to only live on what is needed and to only do because I need it done and not because, oh, they're going to look at me and think this or they're going to look at me and think that. Such a more peaceful feeling and experience. So we're out of here. We're headed out. So I'm going to be here for 1 year. On my 1 year birthday of being here, I received a letter that said, "You no longer qualify to live here." I was so excited. I was so excited when situations that have provided assistance no longer qualify for me, and I have been obedient and diligent in what I have, and I've saved and planned, and I'm expecting greatness from God, and I'm being obedient to Him. It makes me excited. And I haven't always had this mindset, but now I hope that my story of moving to the projects, subsidized housing, units, whatever you want to call it, has helped somebody be able to decide for themselves, this is what I needed to hear in order for me to provide a better life for my family. Whatever it is, humility comes with such a greater reward. So anyway, thank you for watching. So I hope you have a great day. Be sure to like, subscribe, and share this video with somebody who you know can benefit from it. Thank you everybody for watching. Have a nice day.